Alright, so we're going to have a quick look at our Nook phone that Tom just gave us. To open your phone, you just need to press your left trigger button. So we've got a camera. These are just a few of the apps that we've got at the moment. We will get more further along in the game. So to take a photo, you just need to open the camera app and you press the plus button on your controller and that will take a photo. Now, because that's the first time we've used our camera in the game, we did earn some Nook Miles for that, so that will go toward paying for our moving fees as well. This is our map. So it will show you where you are on the island. It will only show you where your villagers' houses are. It won't actually show you where they are. And of course it also shows you where the other buildings are as well. When you visit somebody else's island and you open up the map on your phone, it will actually show you their island so that you can find your way around. And this is our passport. So when you visit other people's islands, they can actually see the passports of all of the people that are visiting them at that time. So just keep that in mind. Don't put any personal information on there or anything vulgar like swearing or anything like that in case children see it. Now, the first time you edit your passport, you also get Nook Miles for that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So we just need to press our A button. And I'm just going to change my title. At the moment it says Deserted Island Relocator. I'm just going to make it a New Leaf Pet. That will do. This is Rescue Services. So whenever you get stuck somewhere, which you can, sometimes you can get stuck on top of a cliff or in a little island in the middle of the river and you can't get out of it. If you call the Rescue Services for 100 Nook Miles, they will rescue you. If you're on your own island, you can pick where to get dropped off, either at the Residential Services Plaza or at your home. If you are on somebody else's island, they will simply drop you off back at Residential Services. Okay, so this is the Custom Designs app. You will mainly use this to do custom pathing in your game. So at the moment we only have 50 slots. In one of the most recent updates, Nintendo extended that to 100 slots for designs. However, we do need to purchase them with our Nook Miles. So I'm not going to worry about that just yet. But to put a pattern on the ground, at the moment the only way we can do that is through our phone. So we just go in and select which one we want and click Display on Ground, and that will put it on the ground where you're standing. To get rid of a custom path, you just need to stand next to it and press your Y button and your character will kick it and it will disappear. This also works for when you are digging holes. When we get a shovel and we can dig, you just need to stand next to a hole and press your Y button and your character will kick it away. Now also we do earn some Nook Miles the first time we change one of the custom designs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here, click Change Design, and I'm just going to put a dot. Done. And we earned some more Nook Miles for that as well. So what we're going to do now is have a look at our Nook Miles app. So these are just all things that you can do around the island on a day-to-day basis to earn Nook Miles. All of these ones aren't unlocked yet, obviously. We have earned some miles already, so what we're going to do is we just click on that. So we earned 500 miles simply from moving here. Now you will see on the bottom right hand side of the screen where it says jump. If you scroll your thumbstick to the right, it will automatically go... Oh, wait, that didn't work. No. It's supposed to automatically go to the next one that you have. Okay, I think because we've unlocked all of these new ones, it's jumping to the new ones that we've unlocked. So normally it would go to the next one that you have earned. Here we go. Okay, so they're the only apps we've got at the moment. We will get some more over the next few days. Alright, I'm just going to quickly check my mail. To check your letterbox, you just go up to it and press your A button. So Animal Crossing New Horizons recently turned 1 year old, so they have sent everybody an anniversary cake. You always get a DIY for a workbench at the start of the game. We can't actually use that yet because we need to go see Tom to do a DIY workshop. Once we have done that, we can then learn that recipe so that we can build our own workbench. It's really important to go up and talk to your villagers every day. I always like to go up to them and have a chat with them at least once. The jock villagers always give you a hat. Most of the time it's not very nice. That one's kind of cute. I don't really like the colour, but I'll wear it anyway. Alright, I'm just going to place my cake here on the ground. Now, I'm going to spin that around. To spin an item around, you just hold the A button down like you're going to move it, and you flick your left thumbstick and your character will spin it. The first time that you place 10 items outside as decorations, you will earn Nook Miles for that. I'm going to try and earn as many Nook Miles as I can because I want to pay off my moving fees today so that we can upgrade to a house. Alright, so I'm going to go and see Tom and we're going to do our DIY workshop so that we can make some fishing rods and some nets so we can go catch some fish and bugs. So this is your residential services tent. It does upgrade to a building eventually. This over here is your recycling bin, so I'm just going to click on that. At the moment there's just a cardboard box. I do recommend checking it often as sometimes you will find building materials in there and things like flower seeds, clothing, wallpaper, all sorts of stuff. Also check it whenever somebody moves in or out. They will leave cardboard boxes in there which do come in handy, so I do recommend that you keep them. But often when a villager leaves to move somewhere else, they will leave a piece of furniture behind as well. So this here is your ABD, which stands for Automatic Bell Dispenser. It's basically the ATM in the game. So this is where you can store your money and you can also do shopping on there. So we'll just have a look at this. Another thing I recommend is to make sure that you do log into this every single day. You will get miles for it, and it does keep climbing until it reaches 300 miles. And so if you keep logging into it every single day, you'll get 300 miles every day. However, if you do miss one, it does drop back to 50 miles. So just try to make sure that you do it all the time. So at the moment, we've only got Nook Shopping and ABD, which is where we store our bells, which we do not have any at the moment. We are completely broke. But I am going to have a look at the shopping just to see what is available. So every day you will find a small selection in the Nook Shopping part. Oh, look at that picture. That's cute. Oh, I wish I had the money to buy that. Now, if you press the button above your right trigger, you can scroll across. I also have a promotional section so I can access all of the Mario items in the game and the Pocket Camp items. There is a mobile game called Pocket Camp if you download it on your iPad or iPhone and you connect it to your Nintendo online app. You can access these in the game. It is quite easy to do. If you just Google it, you should find instructions on how to do it. And then when we scroll across again, we also have a seasonal section. This will not always be here. At the moment, we can order the Nature Day globe, and there is a prom thing going on at the moment. I'm from Australia. We don't have proms. However, you can get a different coloured sash every day, and there is wallpaper and flooring, which does look pretty cool. So when we get some money, we might actually come back and buy some of that stuff. This is the crafting table that we're going to be using. We will use this until we have our own crafting table, which I will put outside my tent once I've built it. So we're just going to go and see Tom. Oh, I accidentally spoke to Timmy. We'll have a little chat to Timmy. So Timmy is the one who will eventually run the shop when you open it on your island. At the moment, he does have a small selection of goods for sale, and he will buy things off you, such as any fish or bugs that you catch, weeds that you pick, and any fruit that you can get off the tree. So we'll just see what he's got at the moment. So there's a director's chair and a smoker. So once again, if you press the button above your right trigger, you can scroll across. So there's some tools, some seeds, medicine, a wetsuit. I recommend getting the money to buy a wetsuit as soon as you can. You can dive in the ocean in this game and collect sea creatures, and you can make a lot of money from them. Roses, cedar, saplings. Okay, so when we get some money, I'm going to come back and buy a heap of this stuff because we are going to need it. Buying a slingshot is another one of the first things that you should buy, along with the DIY recipe down here. You will notice in the game that you will see balloons flying through the air with presents attached to them. They can have all sorts of things in them, ranging from clothing to furniture to money and DIY recipes. So if you see them, I recommend trying to get them if you can. Okay, so now we're going to go see Tom. So Tom has asked us to get 5 tree branches to make a fishing rod. However, I do want to make quite a lot of fishing rods, and he will also give us a DIY for a net, which also requires 5 branches. So I am going to go around and collect as many as I can. Whenever you're playing this game and you're not really sure what you should be doing, go up to Tom and just say, what should I do? If there is something that you are supposed to be doing, then he will let you know. Okay, just before I go get the branches, this is your bulletin board. There was a bird on top of it. Whenever there's a bird on top, it means that there is a new message to read. At night time, there will be owls. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to write a little note on here, because we can get Nook Miles for the first time that we write on the bulletin board. So I'm just going to write, hi. Okay, so now if I push my right, that's what it was doing before. I was pressing the wrong thumbstick. If you press your right thumbstick, like push it, it will go automatically to where you just earned the miles. See, I wasn't reading the screen properly. That was my bad. Alright, so we're going to go around and get some branches now. You can shake the non-fruit trees to collect branches. You do have to be careful though, because every day on your island there will be 5 trees that have wasps in them. You can catch them, but we don't have a net at the moment. So there is a chance that we might get stung. So we'll just see what happens. If there was a nest in there, it would have fallen out on the first shake, so we're good. So all you do is you just keep shaking, and eventually branches will fall out. In my game at the moment, I'm actually in autumn, so until the end of the month I can also find acorns in my hardwood trees and pine cones in my pine trees. A lot of people are under the impression that once you shake one branch out of the tree, that is all you will get. However, if you keep shaking it, you will keep getting more branches. This tree isn't being very cooperative at all, so I might go find a different one. While I'm out here actually, I might go around and pick up a heap of weeds so I can sell them. You can sell your weeds to Timmy for $10 a clump, or 10 bells, I just say dollars. There is an NPC, which stands for non-player character, that comes to your island called Leaf, and he sells seeds and bushes, and he will buy them off you for $20 a clump. So if you would like to be patient, you could always keep them and save them for when he visits and sell them to him for twice as much. You will notice there are rocks around your island, and there are stones on the ground next to them. I would just leave them there for now, because you are going to need those stones to make axes later on in the day. Okay, so we just got our DIY app on our phone. So this keeps track of all of the DIY recipes that you've collected in the game. And it does tell you what you need to make each item. At the top you'll notice that you can scroll across, so once again it's the button above your right trigger and it will take you to different menus in the game. So there's tools, housewares, craftable, so that will show you whatever you can make with what building materials you have in your pocket at the time, and if you want to make any of the recipes your favourites. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few more fishing rods and some nets. Now, when I made that fishing rod before, it did seem quite slow. However, when you go to make something, after that first time, if you double tap your A button, you will make it twice as fast. Whoop. So it does come in handy to know that, because unfortunately you can only make one item at a time in the game. It would be a lot easier if Nintendo made some sort of an update where, just say if you wanted to make some nets, you could select 5 nets at a time or something like that. Because it can get a bit tedious making things constantly. However, that is just the way the game is. Okay, so what we need to do now is we do have a lot to get done today. One of the main things we have to do is we need to collect 5 fish or bugs for Tom. And once we go and show them to him, he will get a phone call from his friend Blathers, who runs a museum. And he's going to come to our island. And he can't do that until we take 5 fish or bugs to Tom. So that's what we're going to do now. We also need to do a lot of fishing, a lot of bug hatching, go around and get all of our weeds that we can and sell them so that we can get some money to get a slingshot and a wetsuit so we can go swimming. And I think later on today we will get a DIY recipe for an axe, and once we get that we can go around and chop the trees for wood. And that is another thing that we do need to do every single day. Probably for about the first 2 weeks you will need to go around and collect wood every day because you will go through a lot of it. But we do have an abundance of trees at the moment, so that's not going to be a problem. I'm just going to check my Nook Miles because we have earned some more. So to move things around in your pocket, you just need to hold down your A button, and then you can use your left thumbstick or your directional pad to move it to where you want it to go. I usually like to have my tools set up in a very specific way. So if it's like this, so if you've got your fishing rod in your hand, because the net is the next thing in your pocket, you just need to press the right button on your directional pad and she will automatically switch to her net. So to sneak up on a bug when you are trying to catch it, you just need to hold down your A button while you're walking with your net out, and your character will sneak. When you're ready to catch the bug, you just let go of your button and they'll swing their net. Alright, so let's go. I'm going to pick up some weeds while I'm going, and I'm just going to spend about 5-10 minutes running around catching bugs and fish. So you can see that shadow on the ground now, and I did hear it coming through the air. It's our first balloon. However, I haven't got a slingshot yet, so I cannot get that. You will know when there is a balloon coming. You can either see the shadow on the ground, or you will hear the wind get louder. And it does get louder the closer the balloon gets. Okay, so we just earned some more Nook Miles. So we got, oh, greedy weeder. So the first time you sell 50 weeds, you will get some Nook Miles. And then when you sell another 150 to make it up to 200, you will earn some more Nook Miles as well. The first time you buy something, you will get Nook Miles. And I think the first time you sell something. Yep. So we've already got 3,750 miles. We only need another 1,250 to pay our moving fees, which will be quite easy to do. So once we've done that, we will be able to upgrade to a house. So tomorrow we'll have a house and we will be able to store our things inside rather than dumping them on the ground. So I've got a slingshot now, so hopefully we won't miss out on any more balloons. And I'm going to go around and catch some fish. So our tools that we've got at the moment are just flimsy tools. They will not last very long and we will break a lot of them. I'm also not that great at catching bugs, just so you know, or fishing. I don't claim to be an expert at these things. I just do my best. So to catch a fish, you need to cast your line in front of where the fish is so it will see it. Like I said, I'm not very good. Here we go. Clearly. So they will take a couple of bites at it, and when you hear that plunk and you see the little bobby thing go down, you need to press your A button to reel it in. Sometimes it doesn't matter how fast you are at clicking the button, the fish will still get away. And sometimes they do try to bite at it and you'll hear that clunk the first time they go for it, so you really need to pay attention. Okay, so I'll try again. Okay, so I'm going to go and give these to Tom now. This will take a few minutes because we do have to give them to him one at a time. Okay, so we need to go find a place to put Blather's tent. Now, wherever we put his tent is where his museum will be, so we need to make sure it's somewhere where we actually want it. I would like to put it on a beach if I could, but I don't think I've got enough space, so I'm just going to go and have a look down here. The museum is one of the biggest buildings in the game. It might fit here. No, I'm not going to be able to get it to fit. So I might just put it next to residential services. Generally I put my houses on the beach and then I put the museum and the shops next to the residential services if I can't fit them on the beach. So that way all of the shops are together and all of the houses are together. So I might actually just pick these weeds and get this fruit, because once I put the plot down these will all disappear and I would rather keep these for myself so I can sell them. So the cherries that we have, we can sell them on our own island for 100 bells each. However, if we go to another island where they are not the native fruit, we can sell them for 500 bells each. So that is another way to make money in the game. Okay, so... So Blathers will be here tomorrow, and what he is going to ask for is 15 donations. Once he has 15 donations, he can then upgrade his tent to a building. So anything that we catch today for the very first time, I'm going to put it aside for him here, so that by the time he gets here tomorrow, we've already got donations to give him straight away. Whenever you catch a fish, a bug or a sea creature and it's the first one you catch, it should always go to the museum. After that, you can do whatever you want with it. You can either sell it, keep it for decoration, or you can hold on to them, because there is a couple of other NPCs that come to your island There is CJ who buys fish and Flick who buys bugs, and they will buy them off you for 150% of what they will pay from Nooks, which is Timmy and Tommy. Also, if you keep 3 of the same thing and give it to them, they will make you a model of it. So if you come across a really nice looking butterfly and you catch 3 of them, you can give them to Flick, and the next day in the mail, you will get a butterfly model. Alright, so I'm just going to go and see Tom and let him know that we have laid down the tent. So as far as tasks for Tom Nook goes, that's the only thing that we have to get done today. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and make some axes so that we can collect some wood. I'm going to do a lot of fishing. I'm going to go and catch a lot of bugs, putting aside the first of everything that we catch for the museum. I'm going to try and make a heap of barrels because I do want to buy some more DIYs, some more tools and a wetsuit so that we can go swimming. And going swimming is a really great way to make money because sea creatures generally sell for 500 bells and above. Some of them sell for about 1,000 to 2,000 bells each. So that is a really good way to make money in the game. I'm also going to do a few little jobs around the island to try and make some more Nook Miles so I can pay off my moving fees. And then I'm just going to continue to try and earn Nook Miles because we are going to need them further along in the game. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to run around, have a bit of a play. We might catch a few wasps while we're going when we're hitting our trees for wood. You will also find furniture in your trees sometimes. So every day in your non-fruit trees, I do recommend holding your net and going around and giving them all a shake. You will find 5 wasps, 2 pieces of furniture and 1,500 bells in your tree every day. Trees, not tree. So yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to run around and go do some stuff. But I need some branches to make some more axes, so I'm just going to go and collect some of them. Okay, so you will find 6 of these rocks around your island. At the moment we can only access 3 on this main part of the island. You do need to hit these every single day because this is where you will collect stones, iron and clay. You can also get gold nuggets from stones occasionally. And one of your rocks on your island every day will be a money rock, and if you can hit it 8 times you can get 16,100 bells from your money rock every single day. So the best thing to hit it with is a shovel. We don't have one at the moment. We will get one off Blathers when he visits tomorrow. So at the moment we're just going to use our axe. The problem is when you hit a rock your character will jump backwards, so you need to stop yourself from doing that. That is why it is best to do it with a shovel, because if you dig holes behind you, your character will stay in the one spot. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and catch a fish, and I'm going to place the fish tank behind me to stop me from knocking back every time I hit the rock, to try and get as many building materials out of it as we can. So I'm going to try and catch a big fish, like a sea bass or something like that. So let's go have a look. So there is a balloon coming, as you can see, the shadow in the water there. Now when you go to knock down a balloon, you have to make sure you do it over ground that is clear. If you shoot down a balloon over a bunch of weeds like this or a flower bed, just like when you knock the fruit out of a tree, it doesn't have anywhere to land, so it will simply just disappear into the ground. So when you want to shoot down a balloon, you just get out your slingshot and you line yourself up so you're about 1 or 2 steps in front of it, and then you wait until it's directly above your head. So you just hold down your A button and then let it go when you're ready to shoot. So let's see what we got. Ooh, a menu chalkboard. That is a cute little item. Ooh, I like that. Nice. Okay, so you need to make sure that the area around your rock is clear. If there is something in the way and you hit your rock, the item won't come out. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Hang on a second. Okay, so if we have that just sitting there, so that we still have enough room to stand behind here, and I'll just get my axe out. What we're going to do now is we are just going to smash that A button constantly. I do find the flimsy axe to be a bit slower than an actual shovel, but you can see how my character's moving, and she kind of slipped out a bit there. You do bounce back when you hit a rock. Usually with the axe I can only ever get 7 items out of a rock, but with the shovel I generally get 8. Without having that fish behind us there, we probably would have only got maybe 3 or 4 items, so it's really important to try and block yourself in. If we had have been able to hit that one more time, we would have got another bag with 8,000 bells in it. So it is important to try and hit it at least 8 times. But this is good. We've actually got some money now. So yay. Alright, I'm just going to go and find that other rock. $30,000 bells! Nice! So like I said, you can find money in them. They usually come in bags of 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 and occasionally 30,000. I have only ever gotten that a couple of times. So that is a real help. So, wow, 38,000 bells already. That's good. Alright. So with these materials here, the iron nuggets, stones and clay, the iron nuggets we really need, because tomorrow we are going to be asked by Timmy to gather materials to build a shop, and we are going to need 30 iron nuggets, and a lot of people struggle to get them at the start of the game. So it's really important to try and hit your rocks as many times as you can to get those iron nuggets. So that is another reason why you have to make sure that you hit them every day, because at the start of the game you really do need a lot of building materials. So we just made it to 5,000 Nook Miles, so we can now pay off our moving fees, which is really, really good. And I finally bought a swimsuit because I forgot the first time I went in there. And I also got some flowers, so I'm just going to go ahead and plant them really quick. Flowers are important in the game. You can use different types of flowers to breed different colours. The only colours that you can buy in the game are white, yellow and red. To make all of the other colours, you do have to breed them yourself or get them from other players. Also, there is a part of the game where you have to get an island rating, and the more flowers you have, the better. So we got some white cosmos, which are my favourite flower, white rose bags, and yellow mums. So I'm going to plant the white roses, and white roses actually breed together to make purple roses. So I'm going to plant them in a crisscross pattern like this. So once they've bloomed, if we water them every day, hopefully in these spaces here next to them, we can get some purple ones. Okay, so I'm going to go do some swimming and explore the rest of the island. So to go swimming, you do need to be wearing your wetsuit. So you just click A to wear it. And then you need to go up to the water and just press your A button. You can also jump off rocks and cliffs as well. So to swim, you just need to use your left thumbstick to direct you where you want to go, and then you keep pressing your A button. Now these little bubbles that you see, they're sea creatures. So you just need to go up to them and you press Y and your character will dive. And then once you swim over it under the water, you will automatically catch it. It's also worth noting too that if you catch a scallop, you will meet Pascal. Pascal is an NPC in the game. He is an otter. And the first time you catch a scallop for the day, he should pay you a visit. And what he will do is he will ask you for the scallop, and in return he will give you either a mermaid DIY or a pearl. The pearls you do need to craft the mermaid DIY, so they do come in handy. You can also catch pearls on the bottom of the ocean as well, but they are very rare. Okay, so these stars here, they are the fossils that Blathers will talk to you about tomorrow. Every day on your island you will get 4 that spawn anywhere around your island. If you don't dig them up, the next day you will get 2 more, so you'll have a total of 6, and you won't get any more that will spawn until you dig those 6 up. So any fossils that you dig up, you donate to Blathers. Whichever ones you don't need, they are another really good money maker, and you can make a lot of bells from selling fossils to Tom and Timmy. This is a good find, however I do prefer the brown or white sofas that you can get, but at least now we will have a couch for when we get our house tomorrow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go around and grab some more branches and make a couple of more axes. And I'm going to go around and hit all of my trees that I can get to try and collect as much wood as I can. Okay, so before you go around hitting your trees with your axe, you want to get your net out and go around and shake them first. That way, if there are any wasps in them, you can catch them. Now, what I actually should have done there was let it sting me. If you let a wasp sting you and then you go and talk to one of your villagers, they will give you the DIY to make medicine. So the next time one falls out of a tree, I might just let it sting me. Okay, so I did mention earlier that every day when you shake your trees, you will find 5 wasps, 2 pieces of furniture, and 1,500 bells. So what we've got here is a floor lamp. This is good. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a nice one too. I like that. So what happens when you get stung by a wasp is you just get a bite on your eye and it's a bit swollen. However, if you get bitten again without taking medicine, you will faint and get sent back to your house. So you can either make your own medicine or you can buy it from the shop. So I'm going to go and find the monkey, Cherie. I'm not really sure. I don't like her necessarily, so I don't think I'm going to keep her for very long anyway. Where did she go? She was just here. Just a little side note too. I'm fairly certain the villagers teleport. Sometimes you can see them somewhere where you're like, oh my gosh, how did you even get there? But they get there and you can see them somewhere and then 2 seconds later they're gone. Alright, I'll go see Boots and see what he says. So to make medicine you need 1 nest and 3 weeds, I think it is. Yep. Did I sell all of my weeds? I have 2 clumps of weeds. Okay. I'm going to have to go and buy some medicine because if I get stung again I'm going to faint. Okay, so this is just my system that I like to do. I like to pick one section of the island where I go and shake all of the trees, and then I get my axe out and I go and hit all of the trees. However, I do not pick the wood up as I'm going. I will go back and do that at the end all at once, so that way I can tell if I've missed a tree as I'm going along. You only need to hit each tree 3 times. With the flimsy axe, the tree will not cut down. When you upgrade to an actual axe, it will chop down after 3 hits. So there are 3 types of wood that you can collect. There is hardwood, softwood, and just regular wood. So we're just going to go around now and hit all of our trees and collect as many building materials as So you can actually catch trash in the game. There are boots, cans and tires. So my character just came up with a recipe when she caught that boot. Oh, hang on a second. Yep. If I find another one, I can actually craft a recycled pair of boots. I cannot believe that we have so far gotten 45,000 bells, I think it is. Maybe 40? About 40 or 45,000 bells out of balloons. I'm actually just going to drop this boot right here on the beach. When you drop trash on your beach, such as boots, cans and tires, it can attract flies and you do need to catch them for the museum. Now, I'm not sure if I showed this earlier, but we do have a new app in our phone called the Critterpedia. So this keeps track of everything that we have caught so far, and it also tells you when they are available. Now, once the museum has opened and we have donated it to Blathers, it will also let you know if you've already donated that creature as well. Okay, so we've done a lot today. We have collected a lot of building materials. We've got quite a few fish and bugs there ready for Blathers. So what I might do now is I might go for a swim and see if I can find a scallop so that we can see Pascal for the first time. And then that might be it for today's video. So let's go for a bit of a swim. Okay, so this wasn't anything that I actually noticed earlier. So we have a green airport. The colour of your airport does matter in this game. In a couple of days' time, we will be able to order certain things from our Nook shopping using our Nook Miles, such as lighthouses, playground equipment, street lamps and all that sort of stuff to decorate our island with. Now, it depends what colour airport you have on what colour items you can actually order. So I think it's the yellow airports are the islands that can order white street lamps. I think it's the blue airports that can order, I think, brown street lamps. I'm not really sure. So a lot of people do constantly restart their game until they get the airport that they want so that they can get the colour furniture they want to match whatever theme they're going for with their island. I actually don't really know what colour furniture goes with what airport. I don't really pay attention to that. So when we get to that stage of the game, it will be a surprise on what we can get. Alright, so I'm just going to go back to my swimming now. Hopefully it won't take me too long to find a scallop. Oh, would you look at that? Yes, I got a scallop. It ought to be savoured. So this is Pascal. So that was Pascal. So the first time that you find a scallop every day, he should show up and he will either give you a recipe, a piece of mermaid clothing, or a pearl that you need to craft the mermaid recipes. So let's have a look in our pockets and see what we got. A mermaid wall. I'm not actually a fan of the mermaid items. I don't really bother swimming every day to try and find Pascal. However, I do like some of the clothing. He has some really nice dresses that he gives out. So it is costing us 98,000 bells to upgrade to a house. There is no time limit on paying your house loans. You can take as long as you need. I don't usually worry about it until I need the extra storage space. So let's have a look at our phone, because we also just got a new Nook Miles Plus section. So all you need to do is you just press the plus button on your controller, and these are little tasks that you can do every day. So every time you complete one, a new one will appear. The first 5 that you get are worth double points, and they're always usually quite easy things like catching fish and bugs and things like that. I mean, this one here is simply to take a photo. So to get the points for that one, you actually need to use your camera app and not use the capture button on the controller. So you just need to go into your camera, take a photo. Oh, whoops. And we just got 200 miles. So if you just go along and do those little tasks every day while you're playing the game, you can actually earn between 5 and 10,000 miles a day. It's really handy. I'm also just going to have a look in the ABD because we have Nook shopping on here with our Nook Miles now. So redeem Nook Miles. We only have a few things available at the moment. As we go along in the game and get further along, there will be some more things. I generally don't spend my miles on much at the start of the game because you are going to need them. There is a part of the game where you get to terraform, which is where you can change the cliff tops and the rivers in your game and add pathing. But to do that, you need to buy permits, and it costs about 26,000 miles to get all of the permits that you need. So I like to save as many miles as I can until I get to that point. I will buy 1 or 2 Nook Miles tickets if I need them. I will probably buy the Pretty Good Tools recipe. What you do with that is that gives you the DIYs so that you can use your flimsy tools and an iron nugget to make a stronger tool that lasts, I think, twice as long. And I will probably at some point buy the pocket organization guide. So what that will do is I will have an extra 10 slots in my pocket. So I'll be able to carry 30 things instead of 20. All of the other ones like the hairstyles and the hair colors and all that, I don't generally worry about that until a bit further along in the game, because at the moment they're not really necessary. Okay, so I think that might be it for me for now. I might log into the game a bit later off camera to do some more fishing and catch some more bugs, but I think we have had quite a successful first day. Blathers is going to be here tomorrow. We've got building materials, we've got quite a few bells, we've paid our moving fees. So I think today has been quite successful. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of my Animal Crossing playthrough, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.